Hi, my name is Tammy Jones with Open Door Rentals and Real Estate. I want to tell you a little story and hope that I educate you about a situation that I've been in so that if you ever come across this, you can also know that I'm here to reach out to you but learn from my experiences. I had this beautiful home, 604 East 9th Street. It is a duplex, rented side A and side B. Long-term tenants had lived in both sides. The homeowner had reached out to me and said, "No, I think I'm in the market. Let's go ahead and sell the duplex. What do you feel it's worth?" I did my market analysis and we listed the property at $110,000. Shortly thereafter, a buyer came along and we agreed on mutual terms and the price of $90,000. 3 days prior to the closing date, tenant A had lit a candle and went outside to hang her Christmas lights. Next thing we know, the house goes up in flames. Unit A is a total loss. Side B, although, was not touched besides the mechanicals, the furnace and water heater, which were in the basement of Unit A. No smoke damage, no fire damage to Unit B. We quickly rehomed the tenants of Unit A. I reached out to the buyer and told them that the home had caught fire. The buyer, at that time, 3 days prior to closing, could not get the conventional loan that he had applied for. He called the bank said no. So we had to come up with an addendum to the purchase agreement extending the closing date. All parties agreed to extend this for a little while to allow the insurance companies to get in and do their assessment, and also for the buyer to obtain different financing. It is hard for a buyer to get financing on a home that is half burnt. Another hurdle that we came across was the home was uninsurable. The buyer had troubles finding someone to insure the home. So at that time, the insurance companies, meaning there was a few involved, the tenant had liabilities insurance on Unit A. Unit B tenant also had insurance, renter's insurance and liability, and then the homeowner's policy. So at that moment, tenants A had filed a claim knowing that it was their neglect on the damages done to the home. The homeowner also filed an insurance claim against the property. A fire is a tragedy all on its own, but when there's multiple insurance companies involved, it can get hairy. Part of our purchase agreement, I'll show you a slide, from the Indiana Association of Realtors Board of Forms, there's a clause that reads casualty loss. A casualty loss is when there is a tragedy to the home. For example, a fire, a flood, a tree falls through the roof, tragedy of some kind, a huge casualty. At that time, the buyer has a couple options. One, to go ahead and purchase the property, or two, receive his earnest money and walk away. Just to educate you, be sure to read your purchase agreement and work with a local real estate agent that knows this clause and can protect you. The buyer worked on getting financing. In the meantime, one of the buyer's requirements was to read each insurance policy and see if any of the insured paid lost rents. This property fell claim to the fire on December 2nd. He had not been paid out for December rents. And this can go on for months while the rehab is being done. If your policy does not pay you out as an investor, or you are renting your home for unpaid rents, you might want to check into that and add that to your policy. So as we are reading each policy, the tenant's policy did pay out a large sum of money to repair the home. The homeowner's policy, although, cannot pay out for the same causes, for the same damage, although they could pay out for lost rents, due to the fact that the tenant's insurance didn't only have liability and no additional addendums to that. Also, another thing to check, the tenant's property, personal property, had caught fire. When they left and were rehomed, all of their remainings left behind. Both insurance claim adjusters, when they itemized this details out, they would not account for any dollar amount for that personal property to be removed, as it is a tenant's responsibility in the lease that they were written under. This was an additional expense incurred by the new buyer or the seller, whoever was to take care of that portion in that step of the renovation. After the buyer had reviewed both insurance documents, he decided that it was not in his best interest to go ahead and purchase the property, and all parties were released from the agreement. Shortly thereafter, I reached out to the seller and they decided yes, they still wanted to sell this property, but now what is it worth? I did a quick market analysis of as-is sales in the area for a 1-unit, not a 2-unit, property. We decided on a dollar amount. As I was listing the property, an investor walked in who happened to live next door and asked to purchase the property. We are under contract. We are due to close tomorrow, February 28th. So from December 2nd through February 28th, there has been lost rent, no power, no heat, and half a unit burnt. I hope you have learned something from this video and wanted to share my experience with you. If you have any questions or you get in this situation, feel free to reach out to me. I'm sure I could help you out. If you are in this situation where you don't feel that your home could sell, again, there's a local realtor in your area that can help you out. We at Open Door Rentals and Real Estate would love to assist you. You can reach us by calling 260-333-RENT. Again, 260-333-RENT. Thanks for watching.